for an extended period of time. So wouldn't you say that that would be an indication of some shenanigans that are about to go down? What do you think, Riff?
It would certainly seem that way, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious that something is about to happen. I would say that it's a good indicator because we don't know how many people in total have left the country.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of a mystery, isn't it?
You know, I want to say this again since John mentioned my Star Trek.
Oh yeah,
I love the original Star Trek. You know, I will tolerate Captain Picard, but my original Captain Kirk was wonderful, and I love Spock's ears. I must say this again because people in the past have not fully understood what I'm saying. You must listen to me now and realize that we're doing the same thing. It's what happened in one of Captain Kirk's episodes. The two societies on the planet were fighting each other in a war, and the war had been going on for some time. They were so advanced with their civilizations that they fought the war with computers. The computers were actually battling back and forth, and when one computer got a good hit on the enemy, that computer would indicate how many citizens of that society were killed. Then the citizens in that society were required by government to walk into the disintegrator machine and be disintegrated and die. And those citizens, because of the mandates and because of the system, gladly walked into the disintegrator and died of their own accord. They did it to themselves because the government required it and the nature of the warfare required it. So they killed themselves. We're doing the same thing.
Yeah, really, in a sense we are, aren't we, John?
Absolutely. And if I do remember, Griff, the moral of the story was that war has death and destruction, and doing it this way was much more cleaner, and society can go on, and they became much more highly evolved because there wasn't so much destruction taking place. So therefore, this was a much more acceptable way to do it. But I think if they had that same principle nowadays, I do believe that a good, at least 35%, or let's go with something Masonic here, a good 33% of the American populace would go into the machine with a smile on their face holding an Obama sticker.
Yes, I have no doubt. They would walk in there gleeful. Well, we've just got to stop that. You know, that's foolishness.
That's right.
And you know as well as I do, and everybody listening to me, that there's the court system in Canada is obviously corrupt. The police there in that town are corrupt, and you're not going to win it in those courts. You'll play hell trying to get it out of that court into another court. You really will. And there's only one way to deal with stuff like that. They have the law, they have the court, they have the guns, and they can do pretty much whatever they want to do as they are doing. And there's only one way to do that. And Patrick Henry and other people, Benjamin Martin down in South Carolina, the Patriot, he finally agreed how to do it. And that's how you do it. And that's the only way to do it.
It sure is. Hey, let's go to the phones. Let's go to the phones again. Wow, hey, guys, a good night on the phones, by the way. It's about doggone time people grew a little backbone and gave a phone call. I'm going to go to Dean in Texas. Dean, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Good night, Joe. How are you doing?
Doing just fine, Dean. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine. I just wanted to say hi to John and my friend Griff. How are you doing, Griff?
Hello, Dean. It's good to hear your voice.
It's good to hear you again too. You know, we're looking at this thing as, you know, maybe with too much dread. Maybe we should take this in the spirit and look at what's going on as maybe an opportunity for. I can't say something better, but maybe it's an opportunity to really stick it in the eye of these people in the end. And I'm really thinking that everybody's new career should be in the black market, because I know for one that I'm not going to be stenciled or chipped, and I know there's going to be some other fools out there, and I think if we stand up, I don't think they can, I don't think they can come after us all. And I'm really, I really think these guys are going to fail in the end. I just think they're going to cause a lot of pain in the interim. And if we can stock up and prepare and keep our heads and try to help other people keep their heads, I think this could turn out a lot better than some people think. What do you think?
Sure.
I think you're right. It's going to be a lot of pain and agony and suffering and deaths getting there. But I think 300 million people, even 1 million people, even 500,000 people outnumber the criminals that are leading us down this road. We can overwhelm in numbers if we would do it.
No, I totally agree.
I don't think we're going to take everybody with us, but
nope.
But I do think there is going to be a place in this country for people with a little bit of faith and a little bit of gumption, and quit drinking the city water. That's for sure. But anyway, guys, you're doing a great job, and please keep it up. I do enjoy the show, and I do get some really good information. The guys up in Canada are fantastic, and that's really, when it gets down to it, that's what we have to fight over. We have to fight over our property rights. If we can't own property in this country, we are cattle.
That's right.
Yes.
No, you're absolutely right, Dean, and thank you so much for the call. Griff, he is right. Is there really a silver lining to this collapse? Do you think?
Yes, afterwards. Yes, it's the only thing that'll save us when it goes down completely, and we're left standing there with nothing. We can rebuild the country in maybe 2 or 3 lifetimes.
It's really amazing, you think about that, 2 or 3 lifetimes.
Yes.
In the grand scheme of things, that would put us back to, and I'm just trying to put this back for, say, people to have some sort of frame of reference, You're talking about people, your grandfathers, it's going to take that long. And that's just, it's amazing how far we've come, and yet it can all go in the blink of an eye,
Yes.
It really just goes to show you just how fragile things really are. And it just, and the other thing too is I kind of feel we're prone to repeat mistakes, because I don't know about you, Griff, but I've noticed that people do not pay attention to history at all. I mean, it's really bad. And then whatever history they do pay attention to, chances are it's been rewritten, And I mean, at least we have you who's had, firsthand knowledge of a lot of things. And guy that rode across the Delaware personally with Washington, I mean,
That's right. I was in the boat. I told George to sit down. He was liable to capsize the rowboat. And he didn't do it. Did I ever tell you about my grandfather? His real name was William Griffith. It really was. William
Griffith.
Yes. I'm sure they didn't call him Bill, but it was
sounds
William.
A lot like Joe Joseph.
Yeah, he came over on the boat from Wales, and he actually sat at the round table with King Arthur. King Arthur was a Welshman. You think I'm making that up? Anyway,
no, of course not.
In 3 generations, I know I'm going to be an old person, but I'm still going to be around.
Well, that's good, because I don't know what I'd do without you right now, man. And especially, like you say, life experience means so much.
It's
especially,
all. It really is.
Especially when it comes to trying to interpret some of the stuff that's going on, and we have never seen a collapse. This country hasn't seen a collapse. It's seen recessions, it's seen depression, but it hasn't seen a collapse.
No.
And that's kind of tough. I mean, even the Revolutionary and Civil Wars, it really wasn't a collapse.
Joe, it was the War of Northern Aggression. We call it the War of Northern Aggression, not the Civil War. It wasn't civil.
Oh, yeah, there was really nothing civil about it. You're right.
No.
But
let me hear you say that one time for everybody.
The War of Northern Aggression.
Now, you're from Massachusetts, aren't you?
Yes.
Thank you.
Still doesn't sit with me right, but okay, whatever. Hey, you're raised to understand things one way, That's why whenever we saw a Confederate flag, the first thing we said, "Hey, the war is over, man!" Come on. But
you know what that was, Joe? It's the cross of St. Andrew. It's the cross that the apostle of Jesus was crucified on.
Oh,
that's where that came from.
No,
and it's the flag of Scotland.
Griff, it is the flag of slavery.
Joe, I will work with you. I will counsel you, and we will get these ideas out of your head.
No, I know, but see, that is one of those things that we see where history has been rewritten, and so they don't understand the true history of the flag or what it meant. And of course, people up north, they're not told that that's what that is. So of course there's a bias, if you will, So
yeah.
I don't know what to say other than, you never stop learning. You never stop learning, and it's just so important that people go and search out the truth in whatever they hear or whatever. Make sure that you validate that information. And when we come back, folks, we're going to be taking more of your calls, and just stay tuned because it's we're running into the home stretch here. We'll be right back. This is the Intel Hub News Network.
Did you ever wish that you could have done something while you still had the chance? What will you do if your income ends tomorrow? Or if you lose your home, as many already have? Do you have enough money to survive through an economic depression? If you don't want to gamble with your future, then FreeToProsper.com can help you quickly end your debt problems, protect your property and possessions, and develop a personal strategy to get you through the hard times. Most importantly, you get to keep your money and not pay another cent to creditors. Our program is often superior to bankruptcy, consolidation, or settlement. Visit FreeToProsper.com to find out more. This is your real chance to act ahead, so don't delay. Your future may depend on it. Call 718-615-0123 to learn more. That's 718-615-0123. Or visit FreeToProsper.com today.
In a world where corrupt oppressors and oligarchs have seized control of the populations, total tyranny is amongst us. The burden of humanity rests on our shoulders. The only way out is to expose the global crime syndicate known as the New World Order. Together, we are all one. Together, we are Intel soldiers. The battle for free humanity ensues. Join us in the fight. TheIntelHub.com.
Secure your future. Get your non-hybrid seed pack now. With the looming economic crisis, food shortages, and other toxic disasters,